Imagine a place where the murder rate is 7 times higher than the international average. This is the stark reality of South Africa, as outlined in the South African Cities Network's latest report on crime and safety trends. Now in its 9th year, this report paints a challenging picture of safety in South Africa's major metros post-COVID-19. The findings are based on city-level precinct data from the South African Police Service, covering Johannesburg, Cape Town, Durban, Ekurhuleni, Pretoria, Nelson Mandela Bay, Manguang, Buffalo City and Msunduzi. The numbers reveal a disturbing pattern of violence, particularly in terms of murders. Cape Town holds the grim title of the country's most violent city, with 3,165 murders recorded in 2022. Trailing close behind are eThekwini with 2,815 recorded murders, and Johannesburg with 2,121. Ekurhuleni, Nelson Mandela Bay, and Pretoria also showcase high murder rates, painting a troubling picture of the state of crime in these urban areas. To put this into perspective, South Africa's murder rate of 42 per 100,000 people is not only 7 times higher than the international average, but also more than triple the average for the African continent. This is a deeply alarming indictment of the current state of affairs. While the country has seen a decline in murder and attempted murder since the advent of democracy, this trend took a worrying turn in the years following 2011. Since then, these types of crime have seen a notable upward trend. South Africa now has 3 cities ranked among the 20 most violent in the world: Cape Town, Durban, and Nelson Mandela Bay. This is a significant change from last year's ranking and a stark reminder of the increasing violence in the country. South Africa is a beautiful country, rich in culture and natural beauty, yet it is also a place where violence is a harsh reality. As we delve deeper into this issue in the following sections, remember that behind these statistics are real people, living with the daily threat of violence. It is for them that we must seek solutions and strive for change. South Africa's crime problem isn't just a local issue, it's a global concern. When we look at the global landscape of violence and crime, South Africa's predicament is starkly apparent. The country's murder rate has not dipped below 30 per 100,000 people since the 70s. That's over 5 decades of consistent high-level violence, a statistic that is considered exceedingly high by international standards. In fact, the situation is so severe that only a handful of countries worldwide record murder rates at this level. This isn't just a number. It's a reflection of the lives lost and communities impacted by violence, highlighting the urgency and gravity of the issue. In a significant shift from previous years, South Africa now has 3 cities, Cape Town, Durban, and Nelson Mandela Bay, ranked among the 20 most violent cities in the world. This is a disturbing trend that underscores the escalating crisis of violence in these urban areas. When we compare these figures to other countries, the contrast is stark. The top 10 most violent cities are predominantly in Mexico, with the lone exception of New Orleans in the United States. South Africa's Cape Town, however, stands out with the highest number of murders, surpassing even these cities. Notably, the overall top 50 violent cities are dominated by countries in the Americas, including the United States, Haiti, and Jamaica. Yet South Africa emerges as an outlier, the only non-American country featured in these rankings. This presents a chilling image of the extent of the violence problem in South Africa. In a particularly grim statistic, only 5 cities worldwide recorded over 2,000 murders, and South Africa is home to 3 of them. Cape Town, Johannesburg, and Durban all bear this dubious distinction, reflecting the profound challenges these cities face in combating crime and violence. In this global context, South Africa's struggle against crime and violence is not just a national crisis, but a global one. The country's high murder rates, the ranking of its cities among the world's most violent, and its unique position as the only non-American country in these rankings underscore the gravity of the problem. South Africa stands out as the only non-American country featured in the global ranking of violent cities. Its struggle against crime and violence is a global concern that requires concerted international attention and action. The severity of South Africa's crime issue is startling. As we delve deeper into the numbers, the reality becomes even more alarming. Cape Town, Johannesburg, and Durban are infamous for their high murder rates. And this isn't just a regional issue. When we look at the global perspective, only 5 cities worldwide have recorded over 2,000 murders in a year. Shockingly, 3 of these cities are in South Africa. Cape Town, the country's most violent city, recorded 2,998 murders. That's a staggering number. Let's put that into perspective. Johannesburg and Durban follow closely behind, contributing to a grim scene of violence and insecurity. But it's not just about South Africa. When we compare these figures to other cities grappling with similar issues, the contrast is striking. Tijuana, a city in Mexico known for its violence, recorded 2,177 murders. That's 821 fewer deaths than Cape Town. Salvador, a city in Brazil with its own share of violence, ranks 5th with 2,085 murders. Just think about that. Cape Town, Johannesburg, and Durban collectively surpass cities like Tijuana and Salvador, places infamous for their high crime rates. The severity of the situation is clear. The murder rates in these South African cities aren't just numbers on a page or statistics in a report. They represent real people: mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters, friends, all victims of a pervasive culture of violence. Each number signifies a life cut short, a family shattered, a community in mourning. It's not enough to just talk about these issues. It's not enough to just share the numbers. We need to remember that behind each statistic is a name, a face, a story. These aren't just numbers. They're people. Their lives cut tragically short by violence. And as we grapple with these harsh realities, we must remember, these numbers aren't just statistics. They represent real people and real lives lost. It's time to change the narrative and work towards a safer South Africa. The current state of crime and violence in our cities is not a permanent sentence. It's a call to action, a call for government intervention, for stronger policies, and more effective enforcement. A call for public awareness and community mobilization, because change begins with understanding. Let's start by acknowledging the severity of the issue. Let's not shy away from the uncomfortable truths, but face them head on. Knowledge is power, and we can use it to combat this problem. And remember, we're in this together. Each one of us has a part to play. By sharing this video, you're helping to raise awareness about the state of crime in South Africa. Together, we can make a difference. Share this video, raise awareness, and let's strive for a safer South Africa. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please subscribe, like, and share, and also leave some comments below.